it's Christy Shell with Coffee with Christy. I hope you have your mug. We're going to have a great conversation today. Today we're talking about the good neighbor rule. Now, what does that mean? What does it mean to the good neighbor rule? The idea is people are not talking enough about who we allow in our lives and how those people impact us, okay? I work with a lot of clients who have, even from high school or junior high or whatever, have befriended people that were not necessarily good for them, or kinds of people that they wanted to spend time with, but they felt desperate. So this happens with dating, this happens with new friends, when you're feeling lonely and you open up to people and then realizing that they are not very good to them, and then we feel stuck and we hate to have the conflict or to break up with them or whatever. And I really want to encourage you and give you a model to think about when you meet people and as you get to know them, kind of where do you put them in your life, okay? Because especially for women or men too, who are very trusting and very open and, and don't want to judge other people and that kind of thing, we often give people a lot of room to have a lot of behaviors that really do impact us for the negative, okay? So when people start revealing themselves and you start, kind of getting these warning signs that people aren't necessarily for you, or they're negative, or they're dysfunctional, or they're even semi-abusive, or they're taking your energy, or whatever, we don't keep people and allowing them to get closer to you. We kind of will warmly welcome people in and then realize they're not necessarily good for you. And so let's talk about this, okay? So I call it the good neighbor rule. And the idea is how many people do you let into your house? How many people do you let in the yard? And who do you need to keep across the street, okay? So one of the things is to really think about what are the behaviors that you're attracted to? What are the types of people you like to hang around with? And as people start to you get to know them and they start to reveal themselves, are those the kind of people, or is that the type of person that you want to let into your life? Because often we share too much, we share personal things, those kind of things. And so to really think about, so here's the way I think about it. There are people that you would be happy to have in your front yard or to sit on the porch, and they're interesting and they're lovely and you want to spend time with them, but have they earned the right to come into your house, into trusting? I mean, real and unreal. Are they going to steal something for you? Are they going to take something you share and gossip it with everybody else? Are they going to be honorable and trustworthy to you? And I think some people just open up the door and let everyone in, and then they're in trouble because now they can't get rid of them, okay? So, and I believe in being kind and loving and trying to not be judgmental as much as possible to most people, but what's good for you and what's not good for you? What's safe, what's nurturing, what's good for you, what enriches your life, and what sucks the living daylights out of it, okay? So to really think about, when you first meet people, if you are this type of person, you welcome them into the yard. Hello, how are you? You're professional, you're nice, you're kind, you're warm to them, right? That would be ideal, right? But now, do they get to come and sit with you on the porch for a while? It's kind of like dating. Dating is all about, do I like you, do I not like you? And knowing what you like and what you don't like, and that kind of thing. Now they're sitting on the porch with you, okay? Now, have they earned the right to be trusted and to be allowed in your living room, okay? And to be that. Or are we backing them out onto the sidewalk and maybe even across the street, okay? You're nice, hey neighbor, nice to see you, but you're not engaging them, okay? And so many people don't give themselves permission to do this, right? To really kind of vet people to kind of come into their lives, okay? And so to really think about that. The other piece of that, and some of my friends from BNI are there, But I love this concept from Ivan Meisner is like, if there was a one-way door into your life and no one could ever leave, there was an exit door, who would you let in? And so I actually think about this in this house analogy. It's like, who are you letting into the kitchen? Who are you letting into your bedroom? Because once you let them into those most intimate spaces, they're never leaving you, okay? Once you let them into your heart, once you let them, if you're physically intimate with them, once you let them expose to your children, those kinds of things, they will impact your life, and in a way they will never leave you, okay? So to really think about who are the people, and when you see warning signs or things you don't really like or disagree about with people, or the behavior, how they treat the waitress, or something like that is kind of a key indicator, how they talk about their friends, how they whatever, right? Do you let them into your life? Do you let them into your living room? And certainly, do you let them into your bedroom? Okay. I have a lot of friends, a lot of people that I work with who have exes or, a father of their children or something like that. And this guy is not a good guy, or this woman is really horrible. And they didn't trust themselves. They were more about the attraction to that person and not being secure or safe. And I really want people to be very intentional about thinking about this. It doesn't even have to be in intimate situations. It's like, who do you give your money to? Who do you trust with your children? Those kinds of things, and to be more on guard. And I am a very open and very warm and try to not, but I still think that this is such a good practice, okay, to really think about. Who do you let into your yard? Who do you let on the porch? Who do you let into the living room? Who do you let into your kitchen or your bedroom or whatever? Okay. And to really know and vet people before you get them there. Okay. Because once you're in that intimate relationship, again, they are going to be in your life forever. Okay. No matter whether you break up with them or not, there's still this intimate connection. So please take heed. Take care of yourself. Don't get sucked into negative situations. When you see red flags, back people into the yard, and that just means just be kind to them. Spend less time, less connection, that kind of thing with them. And you can still be cordial. You can still be friendly. You can also move people across the street. You can also move because you don't want to be with these people anymore. You can also move your house, like whatever. But just to understand that you have power and control, and that you choose people, and then hence they would choose you, but to really know what you want. So here's some good questions for you to think about. First of all, know what type of person you're attracted to. What types of people do you enjoy? What is good for you and what is not good for you, right? So sometimes we're attracted to dysfunction because we came from dysfunction, or we're attracted to abuse because we came from abuse. And that feels like home, and I hate to say it that way, but that's what happens. Our soul wants to work through that, so we attract people who we need to work through things with, right? And so some behavior. So what is good for you and what's not good for you? What's attractive, what's pain, and what's pleasure, right? And that type of idea. The next one is, when you see warning signs, believe them, okay? When you see something that gives you a little flag, that believe them, okay? And don't let that go, like dismiss it, right? Not that we want to keep score, but we also want to be safe or not safe, enriching or not enriching, nurturing and not nurturing. And so just to really kind of understand that piece of it. The last one is to really know what behaviors you enjoy, what behaviors you'll tolerate, and what are hard no's, okay? This happens? Nope, not in my life anymore, right? He's horrible to kids or to the waitress or whatever, not in my life anymore. He cheats on his taxes, not in my life anymore. He doesn't go to work, not my life anymore, or whatever, right? But to understand, to have behaviors you enjoy that are good for you, behaviors that you'll tolerate because not everyone's going to agree and things are, is his house messy and whatever, right? And what are hard no's, okay? So these are kind of things to really be thinking about and really journal about and really to think about, how do you control the way other people get to impact you, okay? And how close will you let them into your lives, okay? And I'm so glad. Thank you for joining me. I see Mason and I saw Janet and Brittany. So thank you so much for joining me. And please take this into consideration about who you will let in your life. And I just call it the good neighbor rule. This is Christy Schell with Coffee with Christy. We are having, on Monday night at 7 o'clock, we are having a free webinar right here on Facebook Live called the 5 Things Your Guidance Counselor Can't Tell You About Your Ideal Career. This is for students, parents, and adults who are thinking about career changes. Free webinar, just talks about how I approach career coaching, and I hope you join me and share with other people so that they can also get some insight into how career coaching works at Seal Coaching. Have a good day. Have a great weekend. Thanks. Bye. Thanks, Janet.